No, baby.
Yeah, baby. Baby, won't you come my way?
What's up, guys? It's Hydrarex121 here. I'm with Spider right over there, and we're on some vibes with Asiantaco Tom, episode 4.
Okay, he kind of got everything right, but I'm Hydrarex. That's Spidernoir14, and we're doing Vibes with Hydra, episode 4 today. Hey, you know what they say, bro? Fantastic 4. Okay, and today's episode is gonna be all about movies and movies review. If you don't know this about me, I'm gonna tell you guys now. I love movies. I love Marvel. I love geeking out. I love anime. I love movies. Star Wars. I don't watch Lord of the Rings. Not really into it. What about you, Spider?
I mean, like, I've seen him, I like him, I've read him, but like, I don't really follow it beyond that.
Yeah.
But like, they're good. They're good though.
What
They're
other
good.
like pop culture franchises are there? We got the Marvel. I haven't caught up fully with Marvel, but I've seen all the movies except for like two.
Yeah, I've
And then Star
let's
Wars,
see.
I've seen all of them except for the main nine. I've seen, and then I've seen some of. I haven't seen like Solo, and
Hmm.
I think there's one more movie I haven't seen.
Rogue One. You've
No,
seen that?
I've seen Rogue One, but I think there's another like side movie I haven't seen.
Another movie.
Oh, with Lando, right? Isn't there a Lando movie? Or that it was
That's
he
in
just
Solo.
okay? Yeah, that I only haven't seen Solo.
Yeah, I'm like I've seen. I'm on the same exact boat. I've seen all the movies except for Solo. Um, I've seen most of the shows. I haven't seen the new one, Skeleton Crew. I haven't watched Rebels. I've seen like clips, but I haven't like watched the
Yeah,
whole thing.
I haven't seen
Um,
Rebels. I've seen clips as well. I haven't seen Rebels. Haven't seen. I didn't see a lot of Obi-Wan, like Kenobi. Actually, that's a lie. I
oh
did. I
what?
did. I did see all of Obi-Wan. I didn't see all of
Oh,
Ahsoka.
okay,
I didn't see all of Ahsoka. I didn't see all of
it was
that.
mid.
It's okay. I saw the best episode. I saw the best episode, so it's okay.
I haven't seen. Okay, I haven't seen season 3 of Mandalorian.
Really? You gotta get on that,
It's
bro.
because everyone says it's shit, dude.
Okay, but it's still Mando, and I think it's still good. And plus, what's his name's in it? Um, the guy who was just in Captain America. Uh, the black.
Anthony Mackie.
No, the brown guy. He always plays he from Breaking Bad. Gustav.
Oh, Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah.
That's my goat right there. That's my goat.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. I'm just saying, like that shit was dope.
You said brown. I was thinking like Latino or something.
Nah. I'm in Brown. I mean, he speaks really good Spanish. I'm not sure if he's like has any in him, or if he's
That's
just
true.
good
Yeah.
at speaking it. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, let's start off with some movies this year. I don't think a lot of movies this year has really come out, and I've only seen two. Um, did you see Wolfman this year,
I
or
have seen Wolfman.
okay? So there's a movie I can talk about, and there's a movie you can talk about. I'm
Mhm.
gonna first talk. Actually, I don't know who wants to go first, but the movie I'm gonna talk about is gonna be Hard Eyes because I saw it.
Oh, Hard Eyes. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you can tell me about Wolfman. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to spill little beans?
You know what? Yeah, you go ahead first, and then we can talk about. I can talk about Wolfman after. You can mention that as
Okay,
well, like
okay,
whatever you thought about that too.
okay. So this is for the movie Hard Eyes. Okay, it just came out, and it's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I came into this movie when I went to see the movie. I didn't have any expectations. Like actually, I was like, I'm going to see a horror movie about killing couples. Like yay. Um, and honestly, it kind of shocked me, like how well the movie was. I didn't. The movie was by no means great. It was not a good like movie. It wasn't like Endgame or like Scream, the newer Scream movie. It doesn't hold a candle to those, but there's some good Scream influences that I can see for sure. And they even have like that one girl I believe was in Scream, so that's good. Um,
Oh, which one? Oh, Jordana Brewster.
yeah.
Let me just throw a little fun fact. She was also the main, like the final girl. Asked like final girl in Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Beginning,
Yeah,
prequel to
yeah,
the remake.
yeah. I just looked it up. I just saw it in that. So yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. The kills are great. I'm not gonna lie. The whole opening, beautiful. Like it was a good opening. Let me tell you, it was like, especially for Scream too, like Scream standards, great opening. Can't complain there. Nice blood. I didn't really care that much for the soundtrack. I thought the
Mm.
story itself it wasn't great. It was kind of mid. It was something new, at least to me, something new. You know, it's about killer who only goes after couples, and this killer has been around for I think like 2 years, right? And so like the world itself is like knowing about the hard eyes killer, and it's big news. And let me tell you, this killer is no slouch. Okay, definitely wants to be like a Jason, Michael Myers type of thing, but he don't just stand there and wait. He out there on the move. He out there killing and screaming. So it's fun to to see. But all right, let me get to my rating now. I'm gonna say that the kills are good. The opening kills, awesome. The music was kind of mid, and the acting I thought could have been better at some part. And I just thought the movie, in my opinion, I don't really like rom coms that much, and this is one of those like slasher slash rom coms. So like the slash part of the movie I really enjoyed. The rom com part of it I really didn't. However, I will say that Olivia Holt, the main person, the main girl, she made it easier to watch this movie. So, but I will say, with all that, I will still give the movie a 7.8. So it wasn't great,
Nice.
it wasn't horrible, and I think to start my year of 2025 for my first movie, I thought it was pretty good. So
Wait, I thought Wolfman was your first one.
I didn't see Wolfman. I didn't get a chance to
Oh, you
see
didn't
it.
see it.
I
Oh,
didn't get a
oh,
chance to
oh.
see
Okay.
it. Not in theaters, at least. So I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
wait. I have to do some YouTube, like, secondhand watches and review watches to like
No, no, no.
see.
Just sail the seven seas.
Sail the Seven Seas. All right, but
You know
that's
what I
that's
mean. Type
that's
shit.
that's hard. That's hard eyes. Tell me about Wolfman.
I mean, first off, I just want to like preface like, well, first I don't ever be like doing specific number like decimals. I just do point 0.5 or point 0,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but I feel like that would be more useful. But that being said, I'm a little surprised because for me at least a 7.8 would be high.
This I would say this is pretty high. For me, I would say if a movie's truly mid, I feel like for truly mid, it would be like Morbius, in my opinion. Like Morbius is mid as fuck.
Really,
That would be a 5. Like literally everything about that movie is like, I'm not watching this again. There's no need. Like it wasn't
mm.
terrible, but like
Honestly, okay. First off, I want to say like for me like mid would literally mean 5 out of 10 because I mean I've the way
that's
I've
what I'm
grown
saying.
with
That's what
like
I'm saying. Mid is 5 out of
rating
10.
movies. So that being said, like if I gave a movie like a 7, like I don't know, I think I would give Morbius maybe a 4 because
Mm.
5, I've had an experience with a 5 out of 10 that was like Morbius to me was like just dumb fun, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was like there were some like fun moments, but like it was also kind of just like dumb in general, very
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
cliche and that. And so I give it like a 4.5 because like it strays slightly more towards the negative than
Okay.
the positive. Whereas a 5 out of 10 for me is just like I watch it, I'm not mad at it, I'm not like excited by anything. I'm just gonna forget about it in like a day or so
Well,
and just move on with my
I
life.
remember because we went to see Morbius together, right? Like you and I.
Yeah,
And I remember at the time the internet was clowning the fuck out of this movie. And I mean, it was like, Mad Web wasn't out at the time, but like it was Madam Web level of clowning the movie, like
yeah,
people were just saying it's so bad, it's Morbius. Like even the fucking theaters themselves, the studio decided after all the jokes were like, let's re-release it, bro, and see maybe people. No one went to see that fucking movie, bro. Like it was
you
all
know,
memes. It was all memes.
it
But
was so funny.
I remember seeing the movie and like literally us talking about it, like we're like, this movie isn't good, but it's
Mm,
not bad. Like literally we had no issues with the movie. It just
mhm.
wasn't good. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
it was just a mid movie. Like this, it was one of those movies you could put on in like the dental office, you know, in the background.
Yeah,
And
true,
like I
true.
would peep it every now and then, but I'm not like sitting there and watching it, you know. And I
Yeah.
feel like that is a mid movie, at least the most mid like movie I can feel. Like, you know, like sitting there, it didn't make me want to kill myself and leave the theater, but at the same time, it didn't make me want to stay and be like, I
Mm,
need to know what's happening next. I need to know.
mm.
Like, if my girlfriend would have called us, I didn't have a girlfriend at the time, but like, I'm just saying, someone would have called us during the movie theater, I would probably pick up and been like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Even though
Yeah,
it's in the middle of theater, you know?
Yeah.
yeah.
But,
What movie? What movie?
oh, there he
Morbius.
is.
I just got here. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. My Discord was RTC connecting for like in
All right.
eternity.
Well, guys, that's Asiantaco. He's coming. He's joined this talk. So you know, we got
Yo.
3 boys here. Let's go,
Yeah, baby.
baby.
Yes, sir.
Won't you
Yeah, Tom,
come my
we were just talking about
way?
20, like before talking about Cap, because we're gonna do that with you. Where we were just talking about like, you know, he's seen Hard Eyes. I saw Wolfman, so we were just talking about like kind of like how we rate our movies, which led us
Yeah.
to Morbius, because it's kind of like the definition of mid movie.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, Morbius?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
feel like
are you kidding me? That was the greatest movie of our century, of our
This
time.
guy was
Literally the pinnacle of cinema. Absolute peak cinema. I'm doing the hands thing right now. You can't see me, but I'm doing the hands.
Absolute cinema.
No, but
No,
honestly,
yeah, my-
honestly,
it
was-
it's mid as fuck, bro. You know
It
it
was-
was.
When you said it's Morbin time and like morbed all over everyone, it was.
oh my god, I love
It's
Morbid.
morbing time.
Okay, if you want me to be completely honest though, so Morbius, right? Genuinely, in my opinion, it was below mid, which makes it
Below mid.
memorable. So this is the same thing how I rate food, and this is the same idea how you rate food in movies, right? So think of it this way: if it's a good movie or if it's something you eat that's really fucking good, you're always gonna remember like that restaurant. Like it's always gonna be at the top of your mind. Like, oh my god, that place was awesome. Now, if it's a really shitty movie or like a really shitty restaurant, you're always gonna remember that place is bad. But something mid is the worst because you would never remember it. Like genuinely, no,
No, I mean-
mid is literally the worst because you will never remember it.
Mid is
Am I-
literally just that. Mid is just mid. Like, I'm not going to a mid place on purpose, you know?
Yeah. No, and then like when you remember like something like shitty, you can relate it to a funny moment. Like, oh, I remember that one time we went to that really shitty like Chinese restaurant. Oh yeah, that was funny, right? But like if it's mid, you just go, yeah, that was
Mid.
it was mid. Yeah, right? It just is mid. So it's the same thing as movies. You think about a really shitty movie. Okay, personally, I love shitty movies. Like
Oh,
I don't. Okay, hold on.
This guy.
No. Okay, have you guys seen any of like the parody movies, like the superhero movie or any
Oh my god,
movie?
yeah.
Those are shit. Let's be real.
Yeah,
Those are dog
yeah.
shit.
Those,
But
they
you-
know what they are, though. They know what they are. They like,
Yeah,
they go
exactly.
into it. It's
They're
like-
dog
it's like-
shit, and they're
Yeah.
awesome at being dog shit. That's the
know.
thing. They totally rock that. But like a movie that's trying to be serious, that's like failing.
It's
Dude,
bad.
that's like
It's just bad.
That's bad. That's actually mid, and it's awful. You will never remember it.
It's like Madden Web, bro. I stand by
Exactly.
Madden Web's the worst movie. Ooh, wait. Actually, we're gonna do this later. We're gonna get into our top 10 movies of last year and our top 10 or top 3. Sorry, our top 3 movies of last year and our 3 worst movies of last year as well. I already have 2 of mine, so I just gotta get my third for the
Damn.
worst.
Wait, Tom. Also, what's called what you were saying though about food. To combat that a little bit, like let's say obviously yes, like for example, like like let's go. I love a food place. I'm gonna go there more often, right? It's great, it's whatever. A bad food place, yeah, like you said, it's memorable because I would be like, oh, I'm never gonna go there, or like fuck that place. The thing with a mid place, though, is like let's say let's say we're all hanging out, right? We go to like some like strip mall and there's this place I'm like, I remember coming here, it was all right, but like if it's like the only place, it's like fuck it, I'll eat it. Whereas if we go to a bad place, I'm gonna be like, no, I don't want to eat that. I
Yeah.
don't want to touch that ever again. So that's the same thing with a mid movie. Like it might not be great or memorable at all, but like you're not gonna want to kill yourself if you have to watch it again.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, no,
If-
I mean
if-
that's
if it's your friend's favorite movie and he's like, I'm gonna put this on, you're not gonna be like,
Exactly.
you know.
Exactly.
But you'll be like, okay, sure. But if he's like, hey guys, I wanna put on Madam Web, I'll be like, go kill yourself, like
Yeah.
get out my house.
I'll be
You
like,
know?
I'll literally leave the room, you
Yeah,
know?
I'm like,
Like,
get out my
that's a
house.
different than just staying there and being on my phone. It's
Exactly. So I
different.
think we're all on the same page here. So
Yeah, no, we're basically on the same page.
I
You just
wanna,
expanded it a bit
yeah,
more.
I want to hear what Spider has to say about Wolfman, and then we'll get right into the movie that we've all seen this year.
Hell
So
yeah. Dude, Wolfman, I'm so sad about it because that was probably one of my most anticipated movies
mm-hmm.
of this year because I love Lee Winnell's like up I saw like a bit of upgrade, it was cool. Invisible Man, fucking awesome.
Yeah,
And
Invisible Man
and
was
even
pretty
just his
good.
association to Lee to James Wan is already like gives him some props. But it just I was so hyped for Wolfman. I thought it would be like, it'd be dark, it'd be great, it'd be like a new like twist on the Wolfman. And like even though like there was leaks of the design, I wasn't tripping because I'm like, it's as long as they execute it well. The problem with it is just it's so unsubtle. Like, like there's
He's
a
like, it's
whole
so
message
bad.
about like not even bad. It's just that the whole message is like trying like to like kind of like not generational trauma, but kind of like like if you have like a parent that's like a dick,
hmm
and you kind of inherit those traits, but you try to be better than that for the sake of your children. On top of that, just kind of like yeah, I guess trauma that does pass on. They were super. They were just like hitting you over the head with that. It wasn't even trying to be subtle to be smooth. And on top of that, like even though it was a slow burn, which it was intended to be slow burn, I feel like it just could have had a little more intensity, a little more pace. Because for the longest time, it's just they're in a house hiding from the OG Wolfman, and then while he slowly transforms, it just it kind of like gave you that anticipation initially,
hmm
and then it started taking way too long, and then by the time we get to the action, it kind of ends pretty quickly, and
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Okay.
damn, I
Damn.
wanted more of that,
Hold
Yeah.
on, hold on. Sorry, as a person who has never seen a lick of anything of Wolfman, I'm sorry. Like, I've genuinely never even heard of this. I would be so
Yeah.
dead. I would be so honest. I've never heard of it.
hmm
The fuck you mean he transformed, you furry fuck? You watching that shit? You
Bruh.
enjoyed it?
Oh my god,
Bro,
no!
this man.
It's no. See, that's the
It's
other thing
Wolf.
too.
What the
It's
fuck?
very
It's a cat.
different.
It's a cat.
Yeah, it's Bella.
It's a cat. Oh god, her eyes.
Yeah, no, that's Bella. Yeah, hi viewers. That's Bella. She's making a sneak appearance. You might see her for the rest of the video. But no, Wolfman is a werewolf, bro. What do you expect? It's part of the MonsterVerse, so it's part of Dracula, the Mummy, the Invisible Man, Frankenstein's monster, like all that. I'm pretty sure this movie was trying to help build another universe, if I'm not mistaken, right? Include like being involved with the Invisible Man, and they're trying. I thought they were trying to build like the Dark Universe. I think it hasn't.
No, yes and no. It
Hasn't
was
Universal been trying to do that forever?
yeah, with the Mummy, they were trying to do a dark universe, and so that Mummy reboot with Tom Cruise was supposed to kind of kickstart it. It like failed tremendously.
Yeah, but
So
I heard that this was gonna try to connect to his Invisible Man movie that he did.
I haven't heard about that, maybe, but I just know that like the dark universe idea that started with Tom Cruise's Mummy was just shut down.
Yeah,
And I
that
think they're
sucks.
still like open to. I think what they're trying to do is like maybe, or not trying to do, but just what they're doing is they're still like, hey, we can still adapt like old movies. It just wouldn't be a whole universe building
Yeah,
thing because that failed.
yeah. So
So that's why we have Invisible Man, we have Wolfman, and I think oh, I thought there was something else, but maybe not.
okay,
But I think we're still going to see that.
what do you rate the movie finally? Like,
On Instagram, I gave it a 6.5 out of 10. I'm probably going to give it a 6
okay,
because
I'm
there's
not
a
gonna
lot of good
lie.
elements.
That's
Huh.
kind of what I heard online. I'm not gonna lie. That it was
Yeah.
kind of a disappointment. And I was kind of bummed.
It
So
was.
I needed to hear it, and I saw your review online, and you
Yeah.
still told me to go see it, but that review made me like, damn, because I was also
Yeah.
excited. So
No, because that's the thing. Like, I went with a friend who, like, hadn't heard anything about it and, like, just had no idea. And he had a good time, right? Because he didn't go in with any expectations. And, like, that's one thing, right? But for me, it just, it just, my expectations were high.
yeah,
I expected the director to do better.
and he
And he
didn't.
just gave me an all right movie. But for his standards, I'm like, that's not going to
Yeah,
cut it.
that sucks. That sucks.
Yeah. So honestly, I'd keep the 6.5 because there are some genuinely good moments that prevent it from being mid.
That's good. That's good. Hey, D is passing. Okay. I've been waiting. I saw this movie on Monday. Okay, Captain America 4. It's time. We're talking about it. Ugh. Where to fucking start with this movie, boys? Actually, Tom, Taco, since you just joined, do you want to share your thoughts on this movie? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts before going into this movie? Like before you saw it,
Well,
did you get influence from the media like at all? Did you hear anything? Like, what
so,
was your thoughts going into this movie?
all right. So
And
if we would like, what's up?
sorry, I was gonna say afterwards. Then Spider will ask the same question, and then I'll answer. Answer the same questions, and then we'll go into seeing the movie.
Tell you my one issue with the MCU, like my one big issue, was after Endgame, they're trying to force you to have to watch TV shows in order to connect the rest of the universe. Now, the reason why that's an issue is because not many people got the time to watch a fucking TV show. Like, don't get me wrong, some of them are Peak, some of them are She-Hulk. The point is, it's like you don't got the time for that. So
Yeah.
if you were to just go from just watch only the movies, all of a sudden, why the fuck is Falcon Captain America?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Because no one's seen Falcon and Winter Soldier. But I mean, I've seen most of it. I haven't seen the entire thing, but because I saw most of it, and I already know what's gonna happen, so I'm like, yes, whatever. Now, going into the movie, I have no expectations for going into movies because I rather have like low expectations so that if I am disappointed, I'm disappointed.
Okay.
But if I'm like pleasantly surprised, and I'm like, damn, this was actually not bad.
Okay.
And so, with that in mind, I'll tell you what I thought of the movie later.
Okay.
What about you, Spider?
Okay. For a while now, I've been very I mean, before like pre Endgame, like I was very much a big MCU guy. I'm also like we forgot forgot to mention earlier, but I'm also a very big comic book fan. So my judgment of the MCU, my perception is also related to the comics.
Yep.
After
Yep.
Endgame, it just kind of started souring, just the quality of it. It started adapting like the worst part of comics, and it just didn't. It felt very directionless. Like it felt like when they announced the multiverse saga, it felt like, oh, we just need to call it something, you know. And I'll get into that part later. There's a little tidbit, but going into Captain America, I didn't have the trailer seemed cool, but I just held my guard because I'm like, you know what, it could be good, it could be bad, but I'll wait and see. Reviews came out very bad, but I was like, you know what, people say the same thing about Eternals, and I don't hate that movie. So some people were like, you guys, you know, it's pretty good, and I'm like, I can't trust what people say about it, and I can't trust
Completely,
like
right?
Marvel's advertising of it. I
Mm-hmm.
just have to see for myself because
Exactly.
they've kind of I don't straight up I just can't I don't glaze him. You know, I can't.
I can't glaze you, bro.
Yeah.
So
Exactly. Like as much as I would love to be a fan of everything, it's just they've let me down so many times that I'm like, you know what, I was going, see it, we'll see what happens, whatever, you know. I'm not hyped, I'm not
yeah.
bored, I'm just whatever. So
Fair.
my
That's fair.
like yeah, my perception going into it, I'm just like, fuck it, we'll see how it goes, you know.
Okay. So I'm good to go now.
Yeah.
Okay. So all
No.
right. Fuck you. So, but for me, I was on the train. First off, I want to say, Taco, what you said about the MCU is 100% like a right. After Endgame, I love that we all agree that it's definitely after Endgame. Like after that, like 10 years of building up something crazy, Marvel just doesn't really know where to go. Plus the little allegations and this and that, and it's just too much. I think the main issue that the Marvel universe is having isn't the fact that you have to see this project to understand this to see that. It's more the fact that it's more what Spider said. It was like they don't have a clear cut goal. You know what I'm saying? Like what made the first 10 years of Marvel so amazing, so amazing and spectacular is the fact that they had a goal. Every movie had their own small arc and then an overarching arc for the MCU that all led right back to Thanos, like the inevitable, all roads led back to him. which was so good for those 10 years. So we got to grow up with those characters, and those movies didn't depend on other movies. You know what I'm saying? Like Captain America 1 could be Captain America 1, while Cap 2 could be Cap 2, but all of that is important for the overall of the MCU, you know? It feels like now, what the fuck does Ant-Man have to do with this movie? You know what I'm saying? Like fucking nothing. Nothing at all. What does Black Widow have to do with this movie? Like barely anything. You know what I'm saying? So that's the disconnect, in my opinion. But when I was going into this movie, I remember seeing the very first trailer, and I was mad. The very first trailer of them just showing Red Hulk, because there's absolutely no reason this motherfucker with no no fucking super serum should be fighting a Hulk villain. There's just no goddamn way. I don't care. You can give him all the vibranium you want. Like, there's just no way this man is taking the Hulk. I'm sorry. And I was also not a big fan of the Falcon and Winter Soldier TV show. I think Spider and I have talked about that in the past. Like, it's just there's too many weak points in that movie for me to even consider that mid. It was that movie. Not movie. TV show was like less than mid. You know, if I had to rate it, I would rate it probably like a 4 out of 5, or 4 out of 10, not 5.
Out of 5.
No, out of 10. You know, like it wasn't good in my opinion, but it had weak things. And so I was already like not feeling this movie just on the trailers, and then I stopped watching the trailers. And then the reviews came out. Not the reviews, sorry. Then all the media I get about it, like going through reshoots and going through post changes and this and that. And I was just like, I don't know, Marvel, you've already lost me in some other movies in the past. You lost me in some of your projects in the past. Like, I don't really know. And then the like 5-6 main comic book guys that do reviews on like TikTok and the internet that I follow, all of them went to the premiere. They all saw it. All the reviews came out. And I think out of like 9 or 10 people that I follow, like one person said it was a good movie. Like one person like was praising it. Everyone else was like, but my favorite one, Soups, is like, I just want to thank everyone who made this movie. Like, it's so much work that goes into making a movie. And I'm just like, it's a terrible movie. You know, when he starts off like that.
You know it's bad when you're the editors and shit first.
Exactly. And so I was like, oh, so that did affect how I saw the movie, because I was like, you know, it's gonna be bad. But when I went to see the movie, I tried to erase all of that and just see it as its own thing. Because after like a day or two, I saw that some of my people I follow, like those guys, changed their reaction, because they're like, you know what, I resaw the movie and it wasn't as bad as I was giving. I was just being too harsh. So I tried to go there with an open mind, is what I was saying. What I was trying to say. I tried to go with an open mind. And yeah. Now we're going to talk about the movie itself. Does anyone want to go first?
Spoiler alert, folks.
Spoiler alert for Captain America 4. But anyone want to go first? Because I can go first. I can rant if you want me to. But all right, I'm going first since y'all are thinking.
Yeah, I was like,
yeah, this movie was not good. Okay, this movie was literally just Captain America: Civil War, but less. Like, this movie felt like a nothing movie, and I don't mean mid, because I would say it's better than mid, like overall, but like the movie itself felt like nothing. Like, it felt like nothing important happened. It felt like nothing mattered. Like, there was no stakes. I don't feel like anything for the grander scheme of Marvel. I don't think anything really introduced. Like, literally, if this movie wasn't made for the rest of the phase of Marvel, I don't think it would have mattered. Like, it just, what we get new Falcon, awesome. We might get new Avengers coming, led by Sam, awesome. Now we have Red Hulk, awesome. We have the leader locked up, awesome. And like you said, that post-credit scene where all he tells us is like an invasion's coming, like bro, we already know. Like,
yeah.
Thank you. Like, it was such a bad, like, I don't know, this movie just felt like so nothing. But like, if this movie came out I don't know, 5 years ago, even, I don't want to say 10, but like 5 years ago. If it came out 5 years ago and maybe had like an overall theme, I think it would be okay. But the issue is, it just felt like nothing important happened in this movie. And I'm gonna be honest, I couldn't tell where the reshots were. Like, there was definitely some scenes that looked like green screeny, but like
Yeah.
besides that,
Cherry Blossom.
I couldn't really tell where a lot of the reshots were, and like the like I said, the reshots and the reshuffling and the editing and stuff. But like, I saw they removed a funeral. Like, I think in the original series script that somehow Sam kills the Red Hulk. And they have a whole funeral. Because if you look at the trailers, like, they go to a funeral. Betty's there. I'm thinking it's for Ross, but we don't see it in the final cut. So like, they cut that movie because they cut that from the movie because I think they were trying to kill off General Ross, which I think was be so dumb. I don't mind the recasting also of General Ross. I think it was okay. I think Harrison Ford did well. He did look old and frail, though. So there's
Yeah,
that.
Harrison Ford looked good for what the script gave him.
Yeah. I think he did well. Like, I think all the
That was just
actors.
it.
I think
Yeah.
all the actors did well. I think, like I said, it has nothing to do with the movie, like with the actors or the soundtrack. Like, everything in that was good. It was just the movie itself felt like nothing important happens. You know what I'm saying? It feels like literally, I could go without watching this movie again. And I feel like for a
Yeah.
Marvel movie, I shouldn't feel like that. Like, I should be like, bro, I want to go back to the theater. Bro, this might be biased. I mean, I think it will be biased. But like, Deadpool Wolverine, I saw that bitch 4 times in the theaters, bro. Like, and after the fourth time, I was like, I should go again. You know what I'm saying? Like, I should go to the theater again and fucking watch this. When Spider-Man No Way Home came out, I watched it 2 times in theaters. When Captain America Winter Soldier came out, which is top three best MCU movies, by the way. That movie I saw it like 3 or 4 times in theaters. Like movies, Marvel movies makes you want to see them again. Guardians of the Galaxy 2, or sorry, Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I saw that 3 times in theaters, bro. Like, for this movie, I had no desire, none, to see it again. Even like these 4 days since I've seen it, when you guys saw it, I was like, should I see it again just to refresh my memory? Nah, it's good. I didn't even want to, bro. And that's the thing. It just, this movie felt like nothing mattered. It was okay, but like, I feel like I'm so happy they paid off some things from 2008's Hulk. Like, that's so good. We got the leader, Red Hulk. Put that in the Hulk sequel, bro. You already have him from She-Hulk. You have his whole story building or cooking for World Breaker Hulk or whatever. Like, save him for that movie, bro. Like, you telling me you couldn't have the Serpent or whatever be like the main villains of this movie? Something a Captain America villain can actually like make sense for? Like, what? Like, you think Steve Rogers can take the Hulk, and now you're gonna make the Sam do it? Sam, no powers, Sam. Come on. Let's be real.
Throughout the movie he made actually some jokes about not taking the serum.
Yeah,
About like regretting not taking the
and
serum.
that's another thing, Marvel. Stop doing the Marvel jokes. I'm sick of it, bro. Can't you just have a good moment? Like one of my favorite moments is literally when we see Sebastian Stan Bucky back, for that brief moment before we get to see him for Thunderbolts. Okay? It's a good moment, heart to heart moment, they're talking about their friend that's fallen and they're having a heart to heart, and he makes some dumbass fucking joke at the end of it just because it's a fucking Marvel movie and they feel like they
About
need
like
to.
the emotional speech. Who wrote that for him? That one.
Yes, bro.
Yeah.
Like I don't give a fuck, bro. Like, it was a good moment, and they have to ruin it with, who wrote that for you? Like, bro, can't you just let that shit sit, bro? I was already like, hey, I was gonna give this scene a 10 out of 10, and then they fucking ruin it, bro. Like, come on. But that's my small little rant. Let's go backwards. So, Spider, you go next.
Yeah, I honestly, you took the words right out of my mouth. It's very much like a nothing burger. Like,
Yeah.
there's it has no impact.
None.
It's a movie that exists. Like, yeah, like I saw it. I'm gonna go Doom, like, the world stopped, like, just kept moving.
Yeah.
Nothing changed. I didn't feel like I would have missed out on seeing this movie if someone just told me the plot. I'd be like, okay, like, doesn't seem like the type of movie you need to go to theaters for, or even like buy.
Yeah.
If anyone watching this right now that hasn't seen it, just stream it, dude. Just stream it when it comes out, or pirate it. I don't care.
Or just skip
Honestly,
it.
it's just
Just skip it.
exactly.
Sam will return. When? Probably Doomsday. Like
Yeah.
Avengers Doomsday, maybe if that, but like it doesn't matter. Like literally, the movie's mid as fuck, bro. Just you know what? Just go if you want to see this movie, just go watch Captain America: The Winter Soldier. It's the better.
That's what I was
It's
telling,
literally
like, Tom, actually.
It's
I told
literally
him
the better Captain America movie. Like
I told him it's very much a redundant, like, version of Winter Soldier. Like, the whole plot they try to do, but even to that end, like, there's no conspiracy that, like, ends up working. The leaders, like, plan doesn't amount to shit. First off, he looks terrible too. Like, if you guys, like, look at the concept art, there's a more comic accurate looking leader with,
they
like the
had,
goatee and the
yeah.
bigger head.
hmm
He looks
Mhm.
great.
They even had
But
a
here,
pop ready for him, bro. Like the pop was
exactly,
green.
yeah.
What the fuck is Marvel thinking, bro? Like
Just those reshoots, like, and for what, But and then on top of that, like, like, Ross was cool. Red Hulk, I feel like, again, should not have been shown in the trailers at all.
no.
Like,
So sorry.
at me,
Yeah, like sorry, I should have said this, but like if Red Hulk was gonna be in this movie, they shouldn't have advertised it as like he's gonna be the main antagonist. Like, bro, what you see in the trailers is basically what you see in the movie, which is ridiculous, bro. And I
Yeah.
get that they're trying to like replace Harrison Ford or use Harrison Ford or use him for the marketing and stuff, but you should have saved that because I feel like that would have hit at least save the movie a little bit. If you're trying to keep that secret, it would have been so much better for the movie if it was secret and I didn't know. Because literally the whole time watching this movie, I'm like, he's Red Hulk, he's Red Hulk. Even
Well,
though because the movie itself was made to make you like, it keeps edging you along about this like, oh, there's something wrong with Ross. And
Yeah.
he's
But,
dropping.
like, we all
these
know by that
breadcrumbs.
point.
But like before the movie starts, we already know he's Red Hulk because of the fucking
Exactly.
trailers.
Yeah.
So
So-
I don't need the movie to drop these like little breadcrumbs about him maybe having gamma his heart and like all this shit just because I already know he's gonna be this big bad red monster because of the trailer. And so literally the
What-
whole time watching, sorry Tom, the whole time I was watching the movie,
God.
I'm like, how is this, like, who's coming to stop this? I'm like, are we gonna see Bruce Banner? Like, who's actually gonna step in and help? You know what I'm saying? Because like, there's no fucking way Sam's doing this. Like,
Yeah.
no way at all.
Wait, Tom, what were you gonna say?
So, I did have a discussion with you about this, like literally as we were leaving the theater,
Yeah.
Spider. I kept saying like, it would have been much better because a lot of fans are like MCU movie fans or just like TV show / movie fans, not like comic book fans. So for them to not know who so I was telling like a Spider that maybe at the trailer to like separate like to really know the like comic fans, like the people who like longtime Marvel fans versus like people who are just MCU films movie fans. What they should have done was instead of showing Red Hulk, show glimpses of it. Not like even like a full body, but like maybe in like one key frame, you will see Ross's eyes turn red or something.
Yeah,
That would be
they had that,
they had that, but they should have kept it at that. Not show the full Red Hulk because let's be real, for the average Marvel fan, like so for the average like MCU fan, let's go MCU fan. For the average MCU fan, they would be like, "Whoa, what's that? What's that all about?" Like they'll be more like, "What is this?" They'll be more curious. They'll be more like trying to lure it in because they're like, "Something's not right." For the actual comic fan, we would be more like, yo, let's see how they adapt this. Like, we'll be more intrigued by it because they're dropping hints subtle enough that the MCU fans and the comic fans are excited for the same thing but for different reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what they should have done. That's the better way of marketing it. Is just to know your audience and your fan bases and try to find a way to play in both of the favors. Show enough, but not too little.
Yeah, they fumbled the bag, honestly. Like big fumble.
Exactly. And what you were saying about like Red Hulk, like how was Sam gonna fight him and everything? I was so like when Sam would talk like try talking to Red Hulk and he's got more man being and Sam's like I thought that would work. I'm like oh okay cool yeah it's funny
Yeah.
because if it would have went in the direction that would have been stupid as hell. So I'm
Exactly.
glad that it
Exactly.
didn't work. And then they fight and then
And then he
Sam
talks him
talks Red
down.
Hulk out
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah, bro.
And it's what the hell, dude? That it didn't work,
The
and now all of
first
a sudden it
time.
does work.
Yeah, the
You know?
first time, like,
Like, how can you make a Marvel joke out of it and then proceed to do that Marvel joke?
and then the only thing,
Like,
like,
but for real.
in universe, the thing that doesn't make sense is like, you're telling me no other superpower being got word of a fucking wild red Hulk, like the president turned to a Hulk, and you're telling me nobody, no superpower being is coming there and being like, I should help. Not one. Not one.
Nah, nah, cause Spider-Man busy doing his own thing, you know.
Bro, yeah. Who's that?
Spider-Man's being forgotten. No one knows who he is, bro. Um, like, like who's even left? Like, where's Thor? Where's Thor? It's just off.
Thor,
He's off.
Thor's off world.
He's
Doctor
babysitting.
Strange is Doctor Strange doing his own thing.
He's just stalking his ex-wife, bro. Like, come on.
Yeah,
But, like, it's just so.
yeah
It's
there's
so
just a
bad.
lot of like bad directions for like
Yeah.
where stuff went. Like, I mean, obviously Red Hulk leader definitely they fumbled him badly.
Leader's whole like, I don't know. I get his whole MO, his whole stick, but like his ending plan was stupid as fuck. Just he basically just gave himself up. Like for being someone so smart, you didn't come up with a different reason. Like
Yeah,
solution.
and I think the serpents were stupid too. They were just very flat
They
villains.
didn't even need to be in the movie. Like
Yeah. They're literally just hired goons. Like even like they completely wasted Giancarlo Esposito. Like he's always great, And the moments in the movie, I was
Yeah,
like,
he was
I
great.
like him
Me
because I like
too.
him. I don't care. I don't give a shit about who the fuck like his. I already forgot his name. Like whatever his goon name is.
Yeah, no, I don't care either. But I will say, okay, now we're back in the movie a little much, so let's give it some positives, okay? Positive. I do think the character Sam is well written and portrays the comic book character Sam very well. I remember, Spider, this is gonna bring up this kind of tackling your point you made a little bit earlier about the time frame of the characters they're adapting now is like one of the worst time frames of Marvel from the comics at least, and I agree because that time frame is when they were trying to be woke Marvel, trying to keep up with the times, So they're like, oh, we gotta do women empowerment. So a bunch of female version of not making new female characters. They're just switching the genders of some characters and then giving them new character design and stuff. Ironheart and and Captain Marvel and some other female superheroes, Peggy Carter. Don't get me started, Peggy, bro. Why does Marvel feel the need to keep shoving her down our throat, bro? Like,
That was only for the What If series, though.
No,
And
they brought her in
also-
comics.
no,
Yeah, and
no,
also,
no.
sorry. We're also talking about comics, so yes, I forgot. I was like,
they were
And the movie.
But even if we're just doing what if, bro? Like, what is their obsession with her, bro? Like, she's in majority of the episodes. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me someone else. Why can't we just have Steve Rogers? I'm not trying to rant about that right now, but that's a whole
no,
nother issue.
not right now, not right now. He said,
That's just
oh
a whole
boy.
nother thing. But basically, when Sam becomes Captain America, it was because Marvel's trying to be woke, in my opinion, to try and make the power move. And so they're like, let's make it a black man. So they gave it to Sam, right? After giving it to Bucky already. And his Captain America was a little bit different than Steve Rogers, and they said it pretty well in this movie, I think, where Steve Rogers people looked up to, and they're like, the everyday man can do that, and he inspires to be hope, right? But Sam inspires people to be not hopeful, but what was the fuck?
Aspires to be like him.
Yeah, but I forget the direct quote they used in the movie because it was really good how I saw it in the comics too. Like people looked up to Sam, and they're like inspired to be him basically, and they're like, you give me hope that I can do that too. When they see Steve, it's just like, that's something I can be, because everyone should be like that, you know. So it's just like slightly different, and I do like that, and I like how
Maybe like Steve's the dream, but Sam's the goal.
yeah, kind of like that, you know. And it was just great because I do really like Black Captain America and Falcon. Like I really thought like, and like when those comics were running, I really thought it was sick. I did miss Steve, and even now I miss Steve. Like where is Chris Evans? But you know, I'm happy to see it, but like I said, this movie's mid. I think it's time for ratings so we can move on, and I'm gonna give this movie a solid 6.5. That's it.
Damn, I was gonna say on the positive, yeah, I agree completely. I think Sam. Well, I mean, not to go back into a negative, but I think Anthony Mackie deserved better. But that being said,
Me too.
Sam was great in the movie. I did fuck with the new Falcon dude. He was chill. Also because I already
A
knew
little
him
too
from the
much
show.
Marvel-y for me, in my opinion.
True.
But
Yeah.
like I don't get me wrong. I think he can be quick and witty and stuff, but it's just like I feel like his joke and stuff was too Marvel-y, you know.
True. Yeah, that's fair.
So like he'll be like, "We're leaving right now." Oh my god, I gotta get my stuff, bro. Hold up. You know, like
Yeah.
okay, bro.
It's like I've seen this before.
Yeah. So there's that. But what about you? What are you rating it?
In the theater, I did say a 6.5 as well. I was telling Tom that I need it's between a 6 to a 6.5 because like sitting in the theater, I was literally just, I was like sitting in the theater, but like it was like, again, very nothing burger movie,
Very nothing burger movie.
and I gave Wolfman a 6.5, and I could see myself revisiting that at some point. This movie I will just skip, so I'll give it a 6.
Yeah. Okay. That leaves one more person.
Yeah, what about you, Tom?
Well, for starters, since I never actually I never really broke down how I felt about the movie. Break it down really quick,
Yeah, break it
just
down,
so we can
break it
move on. Yeah, just breaking it down. Yeah. I do agree with like almost all you guys' like things for the most part. Leader totally like underused. Serpent Society, like the fuck. Because Sidewinder's actually like, he's a pretty like decent villain, like a decent sized villain. The Serpent Society is like somewhat big in the comics in a couple arcs. I think in like a Serpent War, I think is the I forgot. I forgot comic book art titles, but I think that was one of the big ones during that time.
Mm-hmm.
But the way how like the movie felt too, very Marvel-y, like y'all said. I mean, genuinely, you guys basically made it so that I don't have to say anything. I could just like nod my head. You guys did all the explaining. No. You guys are great at that. I'm fucking shit at explaining. So the one thing I will add though is this is only because I understood it. The Japanese was accurate. That's the Japanese is accurate.
You know what's funny?
I'll give him that.
I saw the movie with my girlfriend Buttercup, and when they were speaking Spanish, I was like, "Is it accurate?" And she was like, "Yeah." I was
Yeah,
like,
I was like, yeah, Giancarlo, he's speaking pretty good Spanish.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like it's good Spanish. My Spanish goes up to "¿Cómo estás, mi amigo?" Yeah. Oh, speaking of Spanish though, yeah, Joaquin Torres, I believe, his last name is. So the one thing that I mean, this is just me slightly nitpicking it because I have read subcomics with him. Subcomics being, I think it was like a 2016 issue called like Captain America Sam Wilson.
Yeah.
But it, basically, he in the comics, his backstory is, if I remember correctly, he's actually experimented on, and he actually, funny enough, has regenerative powers. Like, unironically, he actually does.
Human hybrid.
Yeah.
Yes, he's a Falcon. He's literally a Falcon human hybrid.
That's
He's
funny.
like, he's literally like, what's it called? Angel from the X-Men almost, but not quite, because obviously the flight.
Yeah.
But he's some vampirism. I think vampirism. I'm not 100% sure on that. It's been a while. So because of that, when he was in the hospital, I was like, oh, okay, so they're not including the entire, like, he has a vampire power
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
And then it clicked in my head. I was like, "Oh right, he has a whole like mechanical suit, not like
Yeah.
in the comics when he actually has wings, because that'll be a
Yeah.
bit weird." But for the most part though, see, I'm much more lenient when it comes to movies, especially Marvel movies. Ever since, oh, the one thing I also wanted to point out too, this is from a topic a while back about Endgame.
Okay.
The issue with Endgame is that you reach peak. No, hold on. The issue, sorry, going forward from Endgame.
Okay,
Let me
yeah.
rephrase that. The issue going forward from Endgame is you reach peak. Where do you go from there?
Yeah.
You have to start back. So everything after Endgame, people want another Endgame. You can't have another Endgame without going back a couple steps. That's the issue.
I agree.
So, because everyone's all like, oh, when's the next big Endgame? Remember how long it took us just to get to Endgame? Remember starting off with, oh yeah, the big threat is Nazis with the Tesseract. Or, oh, shit, Jane has the Reality Stone, but we didn't know at the time, the Reality Stone in her. Or, this big-ass guy just took my Mark 1 suit and I have to fight it with the Mark 3. That was the beginning of the MCU, right? And now we have to go back to get to Endgame level again. We have to build from the ground up. But a lot of people just want to get to the top. That's not how it works. You have to wait another decade, basically, to get back to the top.
I don't even think it's about that though.
But that's how I feel personally. Like, so because of that, like, when I'm watching like these movies, it's, to me, it's like a refresher. It's, how do we go back in my head? You might disagree with me. It's just, how do we go back to get to Endgame level? We have to start from minor stuff again.
Yeah.
We can't just jump out of nowhere, because like look at how when they try to jump out of nowhere, like Quantumania, that wasn't really good. Apart from the fact that the actor for Kane was also a
Hey.
yeah.
Hey. He was proven not guilty.
He was proven not guilty, but that doesn't change the fact that his reputation was tarnished for that character.
And Marvel fucked up, but
Marvel fucked up. But
that's on them.
I mean, the point is though, they try to do a bit too much in that movie without really building it too much, like building up to it too much, and then it's like, eh. That's my personal opinion. You guys might have your own opinions on it.
We do. I want to hear your rating, because we gotta move on.
Yeah, but yeah. Long story short, though, the movie, if we're thinking about it from like going back to the bottom to get to the top again, I would say it's like a 7. It does give some world building about how the world is after Endgame, how the world is after the 5 years, and blah blah blah. But yeah, actually, I'll just give it a 7. The end of it, yeah, it's just a 7 for me.
That's crazy.
It's not bad. I've seen worse from Marvel, but it's not like, again, it's not really
with that
totally memorable.
It's not totally memorable, and you're giving it a 7. That's crazy.
To be fair, I explained to Spider, my rating for movies are really weird, because it's the same thing as how I rate anime.
No,
Very weird.
I know. It's just
I don't rate anything below a 5, because if I rate anything below a 5, it means I left.
Yeah, no, that's low key how I felt too. But I have to start being a little more stricter with my reviews. So
yeah, a 1 is like I've never like even fucking attempted to try. So like a 5 is like I watched it, I sat down, I hated it, and I left.
Okay,
so it's a 7 for me.
it's good. So
It's just mid.
Watch Captain America if you want. I don't think you have to. I'm a 6.5. He's a 6. He's a 7. Tell us what you think in the comments below. That would be awesome. And before we end this video, because it is getting longer than all the other ones, I still want to know your top 3 movies of last year and your 3 worst movies of last year. Now,
Okay.
Asiantaco, I know you don't watch a lot of movies, so if you need to think.
For last year, I got my list. So, but you guys go first.
Okay, so in that case, Spider. Because I know you have it on your Instagram, so you can probably pull it up. But can you give me your top 3 movies? It doesn't have to be in order if you don't want to, but I would like to hear your top 3 movies of last year.
I'm a little tied with number 3, but for sure top two are Alien Romulus and
Mm-hmm.
Transformers One.
Okay.
I I'm a big Alien fan, so and beside CGI, deep fake, like aside, like I still really enjoy the movie. It was great, like top start to finish, and it just made me more excited to see where things go. So for sure that was top one. Or like I don't even know if it's in order because Transformers One. I actually went in with low expectations for that. That
Really?
trailer looked very kiddie. It looked very like juvenile, and it just didn't seem like all that. And also, not that I don't dislike the G1 designs,
Mm-hmm.
but they're just like they're not like my favorite look, right? So
Yeah.
I thought it would also be like nostalgia pandering. But when I saw the movie, I was like blown away. It was incredible. Even before like the second half really locked in, the first half was still fun, engaging. I had a good time, but once it got to that middle point, I was like fully invested. I was immersed. I
Yeah.
couldn't stop thinking about that movie like for months on
Yeah.
end. It was
I
incredible.
can't wait for the second one. I'm excited to see where it goes.
Facts. Top three though, it was Nosferatu.
Oh, really? It was that high?
It was that high, but especially because I saw it the second time and it was still really like
Mm-hmm.
incredible. But I saw The Wild Robot a week and a half ago, and that movie
Took it.
really, really like emotionally punched me. Like it
Nice.
was so good. It was so like I mean, and after that, I rewatched scenes. I saw like people reacting to it a bunch,
Mm-hmm.
And just it was like it's a
Peak.
beautiful movie. I love the animation, the style.
It's
It
so good.
is like
I shed tears during that movie, bro. It's so
it
good.
really, literally, yeah. I was like, me and my girl were watching it, and like around the end of it, we're both just like choked up, and the only thing I can say, I'm just like, damn,
Yeah.
yeah, that movie. I would say for now, I'm gonna say top three is Wild Robot.
Dang. Okay.
Okay,
But yeah, what about y'all?
You want to go Taco? Do you want me to?
I'll go. I'll go.
Okay.
So, because I want to say, first of all, I'm ashamed that you didn't say Deadpool and Wolverine.
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut on that.
Okay.
Personally, I'm ashamed, but you know what? Just because for me, that's like easily at least the top three slot.
Easy.
Yeah.
But-
He says.
Usually, I'm sorry. I mean, to be fair, I didn't watch that many movies last year. Like, so if I'm just thinking about the last year's movies, I haven't watched that many, but I've seen enough to like make it top 3. So definitely, I would say personally, I think the most hyped and most anticipated for me was Deadpool and Wolverine. That would have to easily go number 1. Literally came back from a flight from Japan, and it was opening day. I told my friends, "Fuck it, we're going to the theaters right now."
Yep.
Landed, we went to the theaters. Great, the best fucking movie, especially after a 10-hour flight.
Nice.
Then so that's number 1 easily for me. Now number 2 would be Transformers 1. I love Transformers. Transformers 1 did a beautiful job for Transformers.
Yeah.
Like the entire it just sucks that it didn't get it. I mean, it got the recognition, but that was like after
Yeah.
the movie, like not like opening week basically didn't get enough recognition. It deserves so much more.
Yeah.
It was genuinely a love letter to Transformers, and I was all for it. It had the humor, it had good action, it had a good story. Fuck, I was surprised to fucking hear Chris Hemsworth like actually pull it off. I was like, damn.
Right? Yeah.
I missed my Peter Cullen, but damn. Now, for number 3, it's kind of tough because there's 2 movies I would put, but definitely, if you were to put a gun to my head and make me choose one, Sonic 3.
Oh, okay.
Respect that. Respect that.
Sonic
It's
3.
Pretty good
It-
too.
So it was tied
Keanu
for
Reeves?
Godzilla Kong. Yes,
Oh,
Keanu Reeves was great, but yeah, it was tied for Godzilla and Kong because I'm a big MonsterVerse guy, and that's MonsterVerse stuff. But I decided to put Sonic 3 slightly above because I'm also a big. I'm not a crazy Sonic fan, but I have played the game that this was inspired by. I have seen the memes and I remember after watching the movies in Spider's car because we were going back. I was showing Spider one of the memes that I
Yeah.
fucking love from it, and when they played a certain scene from the movie, when they shot the laser and it cut a part of the moon. In the back of my mind, I kept going, "I'm pissing on the moon." You see that, Obama? I pissed on the moon.
Bruh, this
Listen,
guy.
if you know, you know. That is
If you know, you know.
fucking. If you know, you know. That is iconic meme from Sonic.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. That's all I'm saying. Yeah,
Still
and there was a lot of other good moments, and a good mixture of everything I wanted. So
It was fun, definitely. I had
Yeah.
a good time. Like I'm not like the biggest like Sonic. I'm like very casual, but it was still like a fun, an
Yeah,
incredibly
no, my,
fun
my
time.
girlfriend had a great time watching it, so no complaints over here from me.
yeah,
Honestly.
and
What
so
was yours?
that would be my top three: Deadpool into Transformers into Sonic.
Nice.
Nice. Okay, so I
I know
can't
your top
really.
one.
Yeah, so without a doubt,
What you
there's
doing
no.
with your right arm, by the way? You look like you're doing something.
I was scratching my leg. Sorry.
That's it.
Yeah, bro, I'm not Scorpy. Relax.
What?
But yeah, so to no shock to anyone, I've already said it earlier in this podcast. My number one's Deadpool Wolverine. Like I'm happy Tom
Thank
brought
you.
it up, but it was
Thank
my
you.
favorite movie. I saw that shit 4 times in theaters. I was gonna go 5. I just didn't have time. So, that movie's amazing. I can't get enough of Deadpool. Like, maybe it's like I said, maybe I'm biased, but shit, that was
Maybe.
that was my only 10 out of 10 movie last year. And then my second movie, which I can say without a doubt, there's like no doubt in my mind, if it would be Smile 2. I loved Smile 2. It was such a
forgot
good
that
movie. It was the best, in my opinion, the best horror movie that came out last year. It was also my most anticipated movie of last year, and it lived up to it. I was so excited. I loved everything about it.
Really?
I did miss the opening scene, but only the first like 30 seconds of it, and that was enough to make me go back and rewatch the whole thing. So I saw it twice,
Nice.
and the second time I saw it in theaters was just because I got it early, so I could sit there and watch that opening scene from the very beginning. And I didn't miss much, but it just made me love the movie even more, and I can't wait to see 3. And now, this is where it gets hard, because I don't know what my my third movie would be. Just because there's too many. I don't know if I can put any of these above each other. Like you both said, The Wild Robot, amazing. Transformers 1, amazing. Like both of those animated films are so good. I wanna put them in. Alien Romulus, I wanna put in. Like they're so good. Doom 2. I did not care about the first Dune. I'm not a Dune guy at all. I'm not even gonna touch the books. But Dune
Do you
2
know how
was
to read?
Nigga, what?
Do you know how to read?
Do you know how to run on a treadmill, bro? Like, yeah.
Hey, relax. I'm not that bad. I can run. I swear. You just don't see me. I'm too fast for you.
I do laps, bro. It's okay. On your left.
No, you get sucked into the orbit.
When you go. Careful when Taco's eating some chicken, bro. He might eat me, bro, because I'm fried with it, you know? But, yeah, Dune 2 is also good. I really can't, pick my third, so I think I'm gonna have to go with also Alien Romulus right now. Actually, no.
Nice.
Yeah, Alien Romulus, because it was so good. Watching it, it was just so good. But also Sonic 3 was good. I saw it with my girl, so it was. I mean, I see a lot of movies with my girl, so. But Sonic
You don't
was
even invite me.
you're like thousands of miles away. And how long did it take you to see a movie with this guy, bro? Come
Not
on.
that long. Realistically, not that long. He just had to say when, and I was like, I'm down.
3 days. It sounds like.
Hey,
He said, "Hey."
hey, I'm busy.
Yeah, and the only other movie I would say that gets a honorable mention, because I know it's not top 3, would have to be the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes movie, which is sad
Ooh,
because
that's a good
I really like that franchise, and I just thought this one was the weakest of the movies.
Yeah.
But
Facts.
and other
I-
movie, it was slightly disappointment was Maxine. Just saying.
Dude, yeah.
Disappointed. Like
I wanted better for that.
It wasn't a bad movie. It just didn't live up to the other two. That's all.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
Now we're gonna. I want to finish this up because it's already been like an hour. So let's try to speed through these. Is the 3 worst movies of last year? Taco, do you have 3 off the top that you can say? If
Easy.
not, all right, give us to them. Give us to them.
All right. So, number 3 is a bit controversial, but
Okay.
I'm gonna say, and I have a reasoning for it.
Mm-hmm.
Third, so like number 1 being like the absolute dog shittest of the dog shits.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2 being like right. So number 3 is Kung Fu Panda 4. Not because I hated it, I enjoyed it, but it was not necessary, and it was
I'm more shocked.
Mid.
I'm more shocked they enjoyed it.
okay. Listen, I'm very easy to please. You can like you
All
could just
you need
like.
is Jack Black and a big ass panda, huh?
Amen. But like genuinely, it just didn't feel like it was needed.
Yeah.
Poe had his whole like 3 movie arc. Those 3 movies were all fantastic. My favorite one is the second one. But the point is like it just wasn't needed, and it kind of just felt like an easy cash grab, and that's why it's there. Not because it was dog shit like the next or like number 1 for sure, but just because it just wasn't necessary, and that the fact that they made it just kind of was like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
that was it. It was just okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Now number 2, definitely. If I watched Craven, it would be there, but I haven't seen Craven, so it doesn't belong there.
It doesn't count. Yeah.
Number 2, number 2 would have to go to Venom, The Last Dance.
Yep.
I did watch it, and I was like, wow,
Yep.
man, this movie kind of sucks.
Yep.
And I don't know. The first Venom movie was, in my opinion, fantastic. The second one was funny. It wasn't anything great, but it was funny enough that I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it enough. This one just fell flat on its face. I was like, wow, I'm disappointed beyond belief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, number 1 is a toss-up between 2 movies, and I'm pretty sure you guys both know which movies I'm referring to.
Yeah, and I'm guaranteed they're both
The
on
thing-
my list.
But here's the thing. One of them...
Just say it. Just say it.
No. I have to make this clear. The reason why this one, the 2 movies are Madam Web and Joker, obviously, right? Madam Web and Joker 2, Joker 2. But the reason why Joker 2 isn't gonna be on there is because it was gonna. Everyone knew it was gonna be a musical, and yet they somehow still shat on it for being a musical. I'm like, they advertised it as a musical. It's gonna be a musical. It's gonna be like this, and people still said, "My God, the musical sucked." You're watching a fucking musical. They said it was gonna be a musical.
I know.
Why are you? So that's why I can't put it on there.
Okay, so
Because like,
now what's your first one then?
oh, absolutely. I was disappointed beyond belief. Unironically, because I think at the time when I watched it, it was what's it called? It was already like on streaming, right? I turned off the TV.
Yeah. Okay.
Real.
I legit got halfway to the movie. This is one of the ones in which I would say is below a 5.
Yeah.
I turned it off.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right. You know what I ended up watching, which is really funny because it's on my YouTube Shorts all of a sudden now. I ended up watching God of Egypt from 2016. I actually enjoyed that one.
It's a good movie.
Bad movie. It's
a good
it's a good movie in the background. It's actually not terrible if
It's
you're
good.
watching it for the first time, right? I ended up watching that instead, and you know what? I enjoyed that. I actually had fun watching it. Madam Web just felt boring,
Spider.
really boring.
Spider, you're up.
Honestly, this is gonna be a top 2 because I refused to watch Craven and Madam Web.
Okay.
I knew they were gonna be shit, but Hydra told me he walked out of Madam Web, and I was like, okay, I
Don't
already know. I
spoil
don't want to
it.
spend any. I'm not gonna spend any money to watch it, and I just don't even have the effort to watch it online.
Yeah.
I can't put in the effort. So I'm just gonna say they're a 3 and a 4 because they're like
Yeah.
Madam Web and Craven would be a 3
Okay.
because if I was actually going to order of movies I watched, it would be the next one would be Speak No Evil, but that's like a large margin.
Oh, really? Yeah, yeah. I was about to say, okay,
That was like a six. That one's like a 6.5. So that
okay,
was completely,
yeah,
yeah.
bigger.
So my
Yeah,
top two, Venom. It was terrible, terrible.
Venom.
Listen, the first Venom was dumb fun. The second one was dumb fun, but I was at the moment excited. Later on, very angry at how they did Carnage, and that kind of soured my taste a bit. But then the third one, I'm like, okay, one last ride. Trailers don't look like it's gonna be shit. It just looks like gonna be another Venom movie. And wow, it was fucking horrible. It was horrible. It was horrible. I was just so bored out of my mind. And I went with like six different like six friends. I was with like Scorpio Poo with a bunch of people, and it was still just we were all just talking about like left theater, like, dude, that was shit. My sister thought it was good, surprisingly, but I don't know. I know. But it was just, yeah, it was awful. Top one, absolutely worst movie. It's Joker 2.
Oh
I
my God.
knew it was a musical, and yet I was completely I wasn't fine with it, right? I was like, why were they doing that? But if you're gonna make it a musical, at least make the music good. They did not, like, I've seen my fair share of musicals. My girl loves musicals. I told her, I'm like, babe, I know you like musicals. This movie is just gonna ruin them for you. This movie is awful. Like, the only thing it has going for it is a little bit of cinematography, but other than that, it's like it's an insult to everything it takes inspiration from. It's an insult to comic book movies, honestly. It just shits the bed, and I feel bad for anyone that's seen it. So it's easily top one.
yeah, I agree. So with that, I'm gonna share my my list, which has already been said. All my movies have been said. So I will give my top three. My third one will be Venom, as well. And I'm happy I'm not the only one that did not like this movie, because let me tell you, I only saw one trailer for this movie. Or sorry, two trailers. The very first trailer came out and the very last trailer that came out. Okay, and just like Spider, and unlike Tom, and kind of like Tom, I did like the first movie. Okay, like I didn't think it was great. I didn't give it its like, flowers when it came out, because I was still like, how can you make a Venom movie without Spider Man? But I did like Tom Hardy. He pulled it off, and I was like, you know what, it could work. So I wasn't mad at the first one. The second one, I was pissed as fuck about, because that is not Carnage. That is not Carnage. That's not my boy Carnage. And Carnage was done so dirty. It was unbelievable how dirty he was been. Like, it just makes my blood boil how bad Carnage was like done in that movie. So bad. It's like as bad as Taskmaster is in Black Widow. Okay, like that's
Yeah.
just
That's bad.
It's just that bad. Okay, but that movie. All I can say for that movie is this: it takes a lot to make a movie, and I want to thank the staff and everyone who worked on that movie. Because it takes a lot to make a movie, and it's a bunch of hard work. Because God Almighty, that movie was such a chore to watch, bro. And literally, the plot made no sense. The pacing was ass. The best thing about it was the CGI and the fact that it was a goodbye story for Venom. Like, that was it. Everything else about the movie was kind of mid, bro. Honestly, it was so bad. And then the rest of my movies only get fucking worse, because after that I have Madam Web, okay, and I don't know how. I was in my mind going back and forth between 2 or 1, 2 or 1, 2 or 1, and you know what? The difference between 2 and 1 is this: for Madam Web, is I at least had some hope. Not some hope. I was like, it can't be that bad. It can't be that bad. Okay, that was my mindset going into the movie. Not like it's. I was like, it can't be that bad. Oh my God, I was wrong. It was that bad. It was that bad. And I've only walked out of 2 theaters, like 2 movies, okay? And one of them was just because the movie was boring. And I was like, I can't sit here for 3 hours and watch this shit. It was like something The Nile with,
Oh, Death on the Nile?
yeah. Movie was unbelievably boring, bro. Like, I was just bored. Like, I don't think it's bad. It was just boring for that movie. So I left. And this one, man, what was the second movie I walked out on? And I walked out because it was bad, bro. The fucking hi, how are you? Like, was so bad. The character design, not design, just the characters' choices and actions, how it was shot, the direction it was shot, everything about the movie was bad, bro. It just made no sense. No sense at all. Sydney Sweeney couldn't save that movie, bro. I'm sorry. She couldn't save it. And now my number one worst movie, to no surprise to anyone, is Joker 2. I fucking hated this movie. I'm gonna stand 10 toes down and go down this hill, bro. When they announced it was a musical, I still complained the movie was a musical, Tom. I still fucking complained because why the fuck is it a musical? And even then, I was like, you know what? Maybe it might be a musical, but maybe it could be La La Land. You know, it could be maybe good. Maybe it could be Tick Tick Boom, and the music could be so good. I mean, after all, they got Harley Quinn. They got Lady Gaga to be Harley Quinn, right? How bad can it be? Fuck! It was bad, bro. Oh my god. It made no sense. First off, that movie didn't need a sequel. The Joker did not need a sequel at all. Point blank period. It did not need a sequel. And then they're like, we're giving you one with Harley Quinn. It's a musical. Why? Why? And let me tell you, literally, when Spider said the only good thing about this movie is the cinematography, is facts. It's so true. That is the only good thing I can praise this movie for. I can't praise it for the music. I can't even praise it for the acting, because Lady Gaga did all right as Harley Quinn. She wasn't Harley. That's another thing. None of these bitches are the characters they're supposed to be. They're all like Elseworld like versions of them, which is fucking annoying, bro. And then like the whole movie didn't matter. Talk about nothing movie. That whole 2 movies didn't fucking matter, bro. And the best parts about that movie was the court scene. I think it was like 5-7 minutes was the best part of the 2-hour movie. Was 5 to 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm never seeing that shit again. Everyone should burn that copy, bro. Like, no one should get paid. No actor, at least, should be paid in that movie. Just the editors. Bro, pay the editors triple to try to make a good movie out of that. Jesus Christ, bro. Oh, my God. Yeah.
No, for real.
Was,
on a positive note, though, I did forget to mention, back when we were talking about our top 3, it didn't reach my top 3, but I want to give a huge shout out to The Substance. Amazing movie. Everyone go check it out. It's incredible.
I haven't seen it, but I will see it. And yeah, I don't think there's any other movie I want to shout out. I haven't seen Piece by Piece. I heard it's okay.
Haven't seen it either.
Yeah, this is the Pharrell movie. I do like those type of movies, so I might have to check in. I will say, disappointed in one movie will be Trapped. I did expect Trapped to be a little better. I didn't rate it bad or anything. I just expected more from it, personally. So, yeah. But, yeah, those are...
Should I watch it? I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I would still watch it. I think it's still, like... Because me, personally, I just wrote it differently, I feel like, personally.
Oh, okay.
I like the concept of it. Like, the concept's really good. It's just the execution I would have done differently, if that makes sense. But I think it's still a good movie. It's just not exactly what I would have done. That's all.
Okay.
But yeah, with that, that's been our little movie talk and little movie reviews. I'm Hydrarex.
I'm Asiantaco Tom.
I'm Spider.
Yeah, that's not right. But anyways, it's been too long. If you have any questions, leave us. I don't even know what I'm saying. If you have any questions, just leave
a like, leave a comment, subscribe.
Yeah. And with that, I'm out. Bye, bitches.
Yeah. Swirl.